I'm Adam Balkin, and welcome to It Ain't Rocket Science, our monthly science, technology, engineering, and math special geared towards getting you educated and interested in the sciences as either a hobby, a career, or if you're lucky, both. In this episode, it's all about the competition as we get a peek at what this year's Intel International Science and Engineering finalists have thought up. We'll check in with some students who are learning about the science behind some of their favorite foods, talk to the winners of the 2014 FIRST Robotics Competition, and we'll take a look at one place where you go to play, but you might not think STEM is in play. All part of Time Warner Cable's Connect the Million Minds initiative to get you educated and interested in science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your community. All right, let's kick things off from the nation's capital, where legislators often find it hard to agree on pretty much anything. However, these students from across the United States came together to conjure up new, innovative, and sustainable solutions to problems facing the U.S. 40 teams of graduate and undergraduate students took part in the Environmental Protection Agency's 10th annual People, Prosperity, and Planet Competition, also known as P3. Students present design solutions for environmental and sustainability challenges before judges, and the team that wins the P3 award will receive a $90,000 grant from the EPA to implement its idea.
What we're trying to do is get young people interested in the areas of science, technology, and engineering and math with the hope that they would pursue a career in one of those disciplines.
This year, the competition took place at the USA Science and Engineering Festival in Washington, D.C., and featured more than 3,000 science and technology exhibits. And the knowledge and know-how didn't end there. It's all about ingenuity, as hundreds of students from across the globe come together at one of the largest science and engineering competitions in the world, the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair. It all came down to one winner, Nathan Hahn from Boston, Massachusetts, who took the $75,000 top prize. But students at the competition say their shared experiences at the fair are what they value most. Our Brian Kushida has a story.
The Intel International Science and Engineering Fair brought together students from across the globe to share their research,
a picture of the eggs that I tagged,
ideas,
linking expression and function of FOXP2 in adult songbirds,
and a shared enthusiasm to innovate and change the world.
Very nice!
Right in front of some very impressed onlookers.
I'm in awe of these people.
These are just like about 1/10 of the ones that we all got.
18-year-old Petra Grutzik of Redondo Beach, California met students from here, there, and everywhere.
Portugal, Arkansas, Brazil.
With pins to represent the connections she's made with other students excited about science.
The best part and the most fulfilling and rewarding part is just to meet everyone that's here.
And with 17 scientific categories in the fair, there was plenty to discuss.
This is an Android app that teaches young students, starting at the elementary level, computer science skills.
I actually built a spectrograph that was able to observe elements lighter than iron being created in these novae explosions.
The Intel International Science and Engineering Fair is the granddaddy of all science fairs.
Students say it's experiences like these here that help to inspire them in the next chapter of their education and their careers.
Whenever you collaborate with others, you gain new ideas, you talk to judges, and you get new ideas on how to continue and improve your work.
Students now are looking past the competition to what's next in their studies.
I definitely want to go into the sciences when I grow up.
I'm planning on studying marine biology with an emphasis in embryology.
It doesn't take much research to know who's making the future of science so bright. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Brian Kushida.
And for some stellar students, there are even schools with a focus specifically on science, technology, engineering, and math. They're called STEM academies, and there, students spend less time in the traditional classroom and more time in the lab. Our own Jennifer Bourget shows how an experiment like this might just work.
This is a class that learns by doing.
We don't do tests at this school, and so what we do is we do presentations to teach back to the class what we know.
You don't just hand them the information and then say, okay, now let's write a report or something. We give them a little bit, and then they have to find more.
And their teachers say they learn better this way.
We are digital immigrants, they're the digital natives, and so they know it's there, they want to use it.
They become active researchers. They really, every little thing, they start to question.
Grovat says over the last century, our education system has lacked in science, technology, engineering, and math subjects. making it difficult for students to grasp on the subjects. STEM academies are bringing these subjects back to the forefront, starting as early as preschool, and the kids say they prefer it this way.
I like the fact that you can actually be in groups and unlock, like if you go to other schools, you'll notice that you're at your own desk most of the time, sitting at your own chair, and you can't really talk to anyone and you can't really have fun.
Fun for the students and vital for society. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Jennifer Bourget.
And STEM isn't just for students studying science, technology, engineering, and math. In Rochester, one group of student STEM stars is sharing its know-how with families in the community. Students in the STEM Club at the University of Rochester celebrated their first Family Science Day. Families came out to the campus to take part in a science show and tell, complete with experiments and hands-on demonstrations set up by the undergrads.
I guess the goal is for us as college students to interact with these younger kids who have a future, and we want to help them to pursue sciences.
The club formed this semester and hopes to make this an annual event. And the Children's Museum of Manhattan is keeping STEM in the family with a new exhibit powered by STEAM. Our Claude McGowan checks it out.
They're calling it STEAM Lab, a new exhibit focusing on science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
I really like this. This is what the Children's Museum is made for.
We found a way that it's making it fun. A lot of kids are coming up to different tables. It's just like, ooh, I want to make something.
It's opening up her options in life. So with this, I guess she has more culture. I think it's fine.
Cool.
Ta-da!
So, they can get an interest in something and then stick to it. You can reinforce it and hopefully they'll develop into a career, a future.
The museum brought in visiting artist-in-residence Ricardo Sid to talk about how art plays an important role in getting kids interested in science, technology, engineering, and math.
When you present something very cool to kids, they always ask how you do it, and you say, that's what mathematics is for, that's what science is for. But if they see art, and art directly related to all the math that they're learning in the classroom, that's a no-brainer.
The Children's Museum isn't the only museum in New York City trying to find unique ways to get students into STEM. The Museum of Math, or MoMath, is teaming up with Connect a Million Minds to show a few young mathematicians and their families a little bit of mathematical magic.
Make it playful and fun, and MoMath certainly does that. And with the deck of cards, I find there's a lot of potential there for getting students interested.
While it was interesting and fun, it was also teaching new mathematical concepts.
Well, it's just fun to be challenged, and in some math problems there's so many steps, and it's just very challenging.
Family Fridays happen once a month at MoMath. To check out the schedule or register, visit familyfridays.momath.org. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Claude McGowan.
All right, we'll stop here for a quick break. Coming up, though, the Museum of Math isn't the only place, shall we say, to work out your problems. We'll check out one mentoring program that brings students face-to-face with some serious mathletes. And we'll check out some other ways mentoring drives STEM home as we talk to world-renowned primatologist Jane Goodall. To find out more about Time Warner Cable's Connect a Million Minds initiative and to take the pledge to get your young one involved in science, technology, engineering, and math, visit connectamillionminds.com during the break.